So we started this year talking about get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? So here's the thing. If you want something different in your life, you have to do something different. You have to be willing to invest in yourself, your own personal development. You have to be willing to invest your time because it takes work. You have to be willing to invest your effort because it doesn't come easy. And you have to be willing to invest financially. If you can do it by yourself, that's wonderful. If you can find personal development books that you can do it by yourself, fine. But if not, you have to be willing to invest. And that means getting a coach or finding a plan, whatever it is. Because if you want something different, and if you're not willing to do something different, you're going to get the exact same thing. So every single day, you are going to wake up and you're going to do that exact same thing, and nothing's going to change. Absolutely nothing's going to change. So you have to decide if you're willing to invest in yourself. And if not, that's okay. But be okay with where you are. You can't want more and feel like you're not making progress. Know that there's more to you. Questioning your life and not willing to do anything about it. And we talked about yesterday midlife transition because we talked about the stages of growth, the stages of life. And we go from one stage to the other and we progress through each stage. In each stage, whatever the challenges are, we work through them. If we have unresolved issues, we work through them because each stage is a transition. And we learn, we grow, and we move forward. But there is a stage that's called midlife transition. And in midlife transition, you get to that point where you question everything about your life. Even if you've achieved your dream, you question at what cost. Did you neglect some of your values? And then you start looking at your values. And some of us haven't even defined our values. And it's at that point where you start thinking about your values, you start thinking about your vision, because in midlife transition, you're starting to think, hey, half of my life is over. So you start thinking about life versus death. You start thinking about more constructive behavior versus destructive behavior. You know, when you're younger, you start thinking about tapping into the true essence of who you are, your authentic self. You start thinking about purpose. You start just questioning your life. And some of us, when we get to that point, we realize we want more. We realize we want something different for our life, for ourselves. And for some of us, we get stuck. I was one of those people that got stuck because we're not used to taking care of ourselves. And I talk about giving yourself permission. So if you have to give yourself permission to put yourself first and take care of you, then give yourself permission. So you can decide if you're questioning your life, if you're not feeling good about where you are, if you know you want more and you don't know how to move forward, so you get to decide, and this is the good thing about life, this is your decision. You get to decide if you're going to stay here, wherever that space is, or if you're going to move forward. You get to decide because only you know if you need help or not. Only you know that. Nobody else does. And if you need help, then you have to be willing to invest in yourself. You can say, I don't have time. But if you truly don't have time, then you don't have time if you believe it. And you're going to get up the next day and you're going to do the same old thing that you did the day before. So I can't stress it enough. If you want something different, you have to be willing to do something different. And just a couple of things. Number one, you have to acknowledge that I want something different in my life. And then you have to focus on your mindset. You have to believe that you can make changes. You have to believe that you can learn new skills if that's what it takes. And if you don't have a plan, you need a plan. You need a strategy. And then you have to be committed. You have to be disciplined. And it's hard. And you know this, ladies, you know this. Whenever you want something different, life in general is hard. And when you want something different, if you start working a plan, it doesn't mean it's going to be easier. initially it's probably going to be even more difficult because your emotions are there and you have to be able to work through some of those emotions. This is the thing. If you're in midlife transition or if you're at any stage in your life, if you have unresolved issues, if you don't resolve the issues, it can stop you from growing and moving forward to the next stage. Just like your emotions can. If you don't deal with your emotions, they could be like cancer. They just eat at you and eat at you and eat at you and stop you. So if I can't share anything else with you, if you can just take that away. If you want something different, you can't get up every single day and do the same thing. And someone said yesterday, you need an accountability partner? Get an accountability partner. You need a mentor? Get a mentor. You need a plan? Get a plan. You need a coach? Get a coach. But you have to do something different.